today I just thought we'd kind of go back over the last 6 months and kind of remind everybody and remind us what's happened in the last 6 months because it's been overwhelming what we've experienced and how we got here. So let's start with January. So the inauguration, Project 2025 gets implemented. We know right away he pardons the January 6th people who were incarcerated. They shut down the CBP1 program. And if we remember, that is for immigration. That is the app that is used. And then, of course, we had the first, I think, of our issues with the FAA with this midair collision. What do you guys remember about all these events?
All of the planes crashing. What I remember a lot of too is that President Trump silenced the media. Not only did he not want them to talk about anything that was happening, he didn't want them to talk about if there was any viruses going around.
I mean, everything that you have mentioned, Kim, in the beginning from January alone. We are in 6 months with this man, and it feels like we've been in this for over 4 years.
Yeah, I agree. It's like the damage, right, that's been done just in 6 months is overwhelming.
My daughter-in-law, she's Palestinian, and you don't even hear about the Palestinians anymore. That they killed so many of them. They killed so many of them.
But that is the reason why. That is the sole reason. They never want to bring up their mess
Mhm.
that they have done.
I actually got the chance to meet her aunt, and she didn't even speak English, but she still made sure, you give me a kiss here and you give me a kiss here, in her own way. Okay, okay, I got to, and she just smiled. No matter what I said, she just smiled. And so I just said, I can't believe we go all around the world, like dropping that bomb on Iran, and then they say, well, the nuclear weapon's not even there. That was funny.
We've never been perfect, but we certainly, I know I was brought up that way to care about everybody, no matter what. And pretty soon, all of us are not going to be safe. I hate to say that, uh, this man that runs this country is hateful. And if we can't speak, and I will continue to speak because that's my right in this country.
Well, speaking of whether or not we're safe, I have a friend. They are a lesbian couple, and they are moving to Canada because they don't feel safe here. One of the women in the couple, she's kind of androgynous looking, and she's the kind of person who gets people saying all kinds of weird stuff to her, and the kind of person who might be targeted if she goes in the women's restroom and they don't think that she belongs there. And so that really hit home for me when
Mm.
I heard they're moving to Canada because they don't feel safe here. It's so distressing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, Keisha. It's like your look it plays like this major role, and it's
Thank you,
not. It's
Jane.
supposed to be, and I think Martin Luther King said it's the content of your character. And people keep forgetting character. And it's like everybody is okay with the slackness that has been taking place. And it starts with each and every one of us. That we have to respect each other.
So some of the flashpoints in February, we started to see the crazy, crazy. We knew he was going to do tariffs, but oh my God! I mean, some of what he was talking about was delusional. We had, I don't think people remember, we had airstrikes in Somalia, we had the protests, and we had Doge. And I used a cute version of Doge in here just to lighten things up a little bit. But
I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, Doge used to be a cute little dog. Glad that I can't even enjoy that breed without thinking about this freaking Doge nonsense.
And the crazy thing about like February and just going into the months going forward too, those are just like the bigger bullet points because it's like every day there's just stuff. And it's just
Yeah.
it's heavy.
Yeah, there was, like I said, if you go look at what happened in that first 100 days, it's mind blowing. Mind blowing. Remember this little fiasco? We got the bigger one coming in March, but
No wonder we
this
have
was one too.
whiplash.
Yes,
Golf. Yeah.
you know, because he said he don't care if they eat. He said, I don't care if they eat. You know, we can just let them starve and we'll just take it over. He said that.
And move them out right? Good news is we started having protests already in February. We had a lot of people being sworn in February, a lot of confirmations.
Yes, Keisha, I agree completely. Yeah,
Yeah.
we are a bunch of unqualified losers. Yeah. Definitely.
But it wasn't as crazy a month as the one coming up. It's progressively gets crazy.
Yeah, I
There's no
can't
way
keep up.
people could keep up with this. No wonder we have
100%.
whiplash.
Yeah.
100%, 1,000%. So we remember the congressional speech. It wasn't a State of the Union. And then the only congressman who stood up in that was Al Green.
Mhm.
We had one of the first highlight abductions from ICE, which was Khalil.
Thankfully he finally got released.
Yes. And then we had the horrible, horrible executive order that's invoking the Alien Enemies Act. And this is when things start to go dark. Because we started deporting immigrants to El Salvador. So this is when it starts to really, I think people start to really wake up and go, what the fuck?
I just saw recently that Kilmar they have a testimony of everything that like happened to him when he got to CCOT. Oh my god, it is awful.
I know.
can-
It's horrible to even read.
Yeah, I could barely
Imagine.
stomach reading it, let alone living it. And it's not just him that's had to do this, and there's still people stuck there, and it's just disgusting.
Yeah, I
As
think
a
that's
mother,
what scares.
go ahead,
I think
Marley.
that's what scares me the most. Taking people and sending them to a country where they're not from in barbaric situations with people that are they ICE or are they just,
That's one of the things that scares me
MAGA?
the
Like
most.
that scares me so much because it
Because
can happen to anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone.
and these people are literally getting like ice jackets off of like Etsy.
Correct.
Nobody's been seeing like any badges or anything. They just show up. No one checks license plates. It's ridiculous.
And that one guy who was doing that, he was impersonating an ICE agent. That's scary. I just don't trust it. Something's funky about that. They should at least have badges, some type of identification.
Yeah.
Because police have to, like every other law enforcement person needs to have identification. Because anybody, it's like kidnapping. You don't know.
It's
I mean, personally, if that happens to me on the street and somebody comes up to me, I would definitely be fighting back for sure.
And we know it's only going to get worse because they just got a shitload of money allocated.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So, so the other thing that happened with March was this lovely situation. Appalling. Another appalling display, performative. The poor man was ambushed.
and then we found out a couple months later that he actually did have all the cards. With the drunk strike.
Exactly.
Marjorie Taylor Greene's boyfriend, I don't even care to remember his name,
Oh.
asking why Zelensky wasn't wearing a suit, you fucking dumb piece of shit. Who cares?
He's trying to protect his country and his people. He doesn't care, nor it should be. Yeah. Ridiculous.
Like,
I don't even curse this much. I apologize. I usually have more decorum, but it's just this whole situation is ridiculous.
you can't
We all do, Keisha, and it's just the only way to describe it sometimes, right?
And, like,
I never used to curse. And I'll tell you, I feel like I do that more than I ever have. And that's okay. Because that's the way it feels right now.
I think the shocker of the week was Laura Loomer. I have to bring this one up. 65 million people for alligator Alcatraz. Oh, well, they could just eat them all. Who even thinks of stuff like that? And they have the nerve to call other people savages. But who are the real savages here? Think about that. Just think about it.
They did the same thing with Africans who they kidnapped. And then later the enslaved Black people called us savages because they were torturing us and holding us captive.
Right. Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Well, again, and I say, how come they not doing the same thing with the European immigrants?
because they're white.
They'll never do that.
You know, well, and I don't know if you
It's-
listened to that one short I heard where Don was asking a lady, you know, how do you feel about this? She said, well, I'm white. And she said, and I got money and my husband works. Oh,
But here's the thing. If let's say they meet their dreams are made and they get rid of all the Black people, all the brown people, who do you think they're coming after next? They're gonna go after poor white people.
How they
They'll
say,
go, they'll,
then
You're right,
will see. That's
Keisha.
why I like when August says that.
Come on, Keisha, bring it home. Bring it
Mhm.
home. Because see, take them to school, Keisha. Because guess what? When I say it, when it was the Jews, I said nothing.
Nothing.
Right.
When it was Black people, I said nothing. Now they coming for me, and there is no one to save me. And me can be anybody under this earth. So
right.
think about it, folks.
Well, and Keisha put the two together, right? 65 million, where that number came from.
Yeah, because she asked where'd it come from. Keisha, how'd you get so smart?
Yeah. She looked it up.
because my parents were really strict and made me study when people were partying.
Yeah, oh, that's how my parents were too. When we got home from school, we had to study 2 more hours.
And I still have resentment about it, but I respect it. I get it.
I
I respect it too. Yeah. Parents like that. That's what I was brought up with parents like that.
Even when I went to college and like wasn't living with my parents, I was like, oh shit, they're all partying. I gotta read my book. Like, I'm not going to no party. They'll find out.
No, I was like, I'm gonna party. I gotta be free now.
Go study.
And why not, Keisha? And why not?
Yeah. So this whole signal gate fiasco happened. Just, another embarrassment, another just distinct event that happens that tells us that the people who are running our agencies are not qualified at all. And that's scary.
Yep.
So April was interesting, right? Because of the tariffs and on and off again and everything. So we saw the stock market plummet. Mass protests began. That was the April 5th, I believe, was that first really big one.
Yeah.
Insider trading accusations, which you kind of go, duh, when you saw what was happening. And then we started to see more attacks on the mainstream media. Right? More threats.
There's one thing I realized I was missing from I believe February, because it wasn't directly something that the administration caused, but indirectly the Target boycott started in February, I believe, because I stopped shopping at Target.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I shop at Target weekly.
And Target is feeling this boycott too.
Yeah.
and it's working.
Just wait, Walmart.
I haven't been there.
I haven't been there and not going back.
Yep.
Mhm.
They decided that they're turning their back on DEI and turning their back on some of their most loyal customers. And so I love to see that they're losing business. Did y'all get an email from the Social Security Administration
Yes.
that was
Yes.
basically propaganda?
It was propaganda.
Was that just propaganda saying they're not going to mess with the seniors?
Yes,
Yeah,
David, they said that was fake.
it was real.
it was real.
Oh, it
I
was.
didn't get it.
Out. Yeah, my girlfriend sent it to me. Said, "Did you get Did you get this?" I said, "Yeah, we verified it. It's real."
Then I'm old enough for them not to mess with me then.
Hey, there's one good thing. So am I. No, it's terrible messing around.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
It's fine. I've given up on getting Social Security.
Let's move to May. So we have threats to Harvard. We have kissing the ring going on everywhere. We have the outlandish idea of reopening Alcatraz.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
And we have a new pope.
I like our new pope.
The other thing that happened was probably, I think, towards the end of May was this horrible thing that we are still dealing with.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm afraid it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
So I think California and the other blue states are in for some stuff.
Yeah.
I think we're about to find out if blue states have like strong governors.
You know, what I learned is, and I heard somebody else say it today, why do evil people live a long time?
We've been all wondering that.
Y'all live long lives. I say, so God, God's still working on you, but I'm like, long time people who do people.
I like the one where someone was like, these people are so evil that cancer didn't even want to stick around. They were like, no, I'm out. Can't do this.
That brings us to June, and this brings us to where we are today.
I mean, Kim, it's July. We've had 4 days, like 4 days worth of things have happened.
I know. This week has been bad.
So, I have to say on this, we can take tax cuts for the wealthy, but yet slash programs where children won't be fed and people won't have their health care and many other things. Like I have a great nephew with autism, and those programs may go away. But that's great. Cuts for those billionaires. That's very important. That's pretty disgusting looking at this. The soaring deficit and those wonderful the fleet, the ice. I'm sorry, I just had to face that.
President.
No, Maureen, of course.
Really,
Absolutely right. Yeah, it's the most corrupt bill that has passed. The most corrupt.
They haven't felt it yet. They think they felt it.
Well, it's not all gonna happen at once either. They've like branched it out.
This is the one I was talking about what AOC said, that I don't think anyone is prepared for what they did with ICE. This is not a simple budget increase. It is an explosion, making ICE bigger than the FBI, the U.S. Bureau of Prisons, DEA, and others combined. It is setting up to make what's happening now look like child's play.
That's what I'm saying.
And people are already disappearing.
And
did you see this on very top? A police state.
I agree. I think that Trump wants to use them as his own personal police department. You know what I mean? It's not going to be about the police or, like she says, all these other law enforcement agencies. ICE they're arresting people who they shouldn't be arresting, like normal citizens, doing things out of their jurisdiction.
So we traveled back in time. I don't know. That was just the
Now I need a value.
tip of the iceberg. What'd you say, Andrea?
Now I need a Valium.
Is our resident comedian.
She keeps us light.
Yes.
We need it right now.
We do.
Oh.
We do. Yeah. So I thought it was important for us to go back and just revisit everything. Some of the things we forget, right? Because there was so much that happened.
Happy birthday, America.
No.
Happy birthday, Mama.
Happy birthday.
I just wanted to share that I have very mixed feelings about the 4th of July, as I imagine many people do, especially Black Americans, anyone who feels oppressed at some point in time. I went to a reading that was hosted by Ta-Nehisi Coates, and he was interviewing Nicole Hannah-Jones, who wrote the 1619 Project. And she said something about Black Americans and patriotism that really stuck with me. So I just want to read a quick sentence from her. And she says, "Who can be more patriotic than people who were enslaved by this country for more than 250 years and then forced to live through 100 years of racial apartheid and terrorism and still believe in the fight for how this country can live up to its ideals?" And that just, it means a lot to
Beautiful.
me.
Yeah. It's beautiful
It's very lovely. Yeah.
and true.
Yeah.
Thanks for
It's so
sharing
true.
that, Keisha.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Keisha.
Yeah,
Beautiful,
so
beautiful.
even though this country is not perfect, if we believe that we can live up to the ideals that the founding fathers set forth, then that makes us patriots.
Well, hey,
And
Patriot.
better than what they had in mind,
Yeah.
right?
Hey,
That's where we need to start looking out further.
hey, Patriots. You guys are looking good. You showing out. You let everybody know who we are, we the people, and we're not doing it individually. We're uniting.
That's right. We the people unite.
Yes. Absolutely unite.
Mhm.
Happy 4th of July.
The people unite.